Mikey and Kate are a picture-perfect couple in their 30s who embarked on a life-changing challenge. They have been chosen to participate in a unique and psychological challenge crafted by a renowned professor. The experiment involves them enduring 50 days together in a single room called the Immaculate Room for $5 million. The catch is that if either one gives up and leaves, the remaining participant will walk away with $1 million. The Immaculate Room is a stark, sterile space devoid of adornments, with nothing but a simple bed, a bathroom, and a food dispenser providing basic necessities. Stripped of their phones and separated from their families, they are left with only the room and each other. A cold, robotic voice echoes through the room, making announcements while a countdown clock tracks their every moment. Kate views this experience as a second chance for their wild relationship, hoping the 50 days will heal their wounds and bring them closer together. She plans to invest her share of the winnings, looking towards a brighter future. On the other hand, Mikey sees this challenge as an opportunity to break free from financial worries and pursue a life where money is no longer a concern. He can pursue his art without constraints, with eccentric plans to smoke weed with Elon Musk. As the days unfold, they face the monotony and isolation of the Immaculate Room, their emotions and desires tested to the limit. Kate's pragmatic nature and humble background contrast with Mikey's more carefree and affluent upbringing. Despite their differences, they find a way to navigate the confined space and withstand the psychological pressure that threatens to break them apart. As the days drag on in the restricted and dull Immaculate Room, Mickey and Katie's initial confidence in winning begins to wane. Boredom and misery seep into their lives, and the absence of any form of entertainment takes a toll on their spirits. Their only sustenance is tasteless liquid in a carton, which adds to their misery. In desperation to break the monotony, Mikey discovers a bug and contemplates briefly leaving the room to set it free. However, doing so would disqualify him from the challenge, leading to an argument with Kate. In a twist of fate, accidentally steps on the bug, further upsetting Mikey. As the days in the Immaculate Room stretch, Mikey's resilience begins to wane under their relentless challenges. The sterile environment, lack of stimulation, and constant pressure affect his mental and emotional well-being. In desperation, he succumbs to the allure of spending a significant portion of the prize money on what he considers a much-needed treat. To Kate's disappointment, the treat is a simple green crayon. At first, she struggles to understand why Mickey would spend such a large sum on what appears to be a trivial and ordinary item. However, she soon realizes that the crayon holds a special significance for Mikey beyond its physical form. For Mikey, the crayon becomes a source of solace and escape amidst the monotony of their confined existence. He finds a creative outlet in drawing intricate and elaborate patterns on the sterile white walls of the room. As the days pass, the unexpected occurs when a gun mysteriously appears on the bathroom counter, leaving Kate deeply disturbed. She immediately wants to dispose of the weapon by tossing it down the laundry chute. However, the announcer interjects, informing them it is against the rules. Reluctantly, they hide the gun under the bed, wrestling with the fear and uncertainty it brings into their confined world. The room becomes a battleground of emotions as the psychological pressure continues to mount. Mikey's impulsive spending and artistic pursuits clash with Kate's pragmatism and desire to adhere to the rules. One fateful day, the monotony of the Immaculate Room is disrupted when pre-recorded videos from Mikey and Kate's loved ones are projected within the stark white walls. The first message is from Mikey's older sister, who believes that Mikey and Kate are still broken up. She encourages him to use his time in the room to reflect on his personal trauma and unresolved issues. The heartfelt message stirs a mix of emotions in Mikey. The second video is equally emotional for Kate, as an elderly man from a homeless shelter addresses her. He reveals himself as her estranged father, who battled alcoholism and squandered her family's money during her troubled childhood. The sudden appearance of her father brings tears to Kate's eyes, and she opens up to Mikey about the pain and hurt she carries from her past. Mikey offers her comfort and support, determined to be there for her during this challenging time. As the days wear on, Boredom begins to gnaw at Mikey's psyche. Kate, sensing his restlessness, encourages him to indulge in another treat as a means of escape. To their surprise, an attractive woman named Simone enters the room, completely naked, claiming to be an actress. The curious situation makes Kate uncomfortable, especially because Simone bears a striking resemblance to Mikey's ex-girlfriend. To make the situation less awkward, Kate insists that Mikey gives Simone his shirt to cover up. Suspicion lingers in Kate's mind as she struggles to trust the woman's intentions. The trio reluctantly decides to sleep together in the single bed, with Kate positioned in the middle as a buffer between Mikey and Simone. As the dynamics within the room become increasingly complex, Kate decides to spend on another treat. This time, it turns out to be MDMA. Aware of the potential dangers, she advises Mikey not to take it. However, temptation gets the better of them, and all three of them ingest the drug. Under the influence of the MDMA, Mikey experiences a powerful emotional breakdown. High and overwhelmed, he vents his frustrations, screaming that he desperately wants to leave the room. The weight of the challenge, combined with the unexpected emotional turmoil, pushes Mikey to his breaking point. Amidst the intoxicating confusion, a flood of suppressed emotions and unresolved issues come to the surface, leaving Mikey and Kate grappling with their personal demons. As the days inside the immaculate room crawl by, the tension between Mikey and Kate reaches a boiling point. Kate confides in Simone, revealing the haunting tragedy of Mikey's past, his brother Sean's death, for which he blames himself. A few days after Simone's sudden appearance, she mysteriously disappears, leaving only a cryptic message on the room's white wall. "No one has ever made love to me like that before, SXOX." The note leaves Kate deeply suspicious and hurt, believing that Mikey might have betrayed her trust by being intimate with Simone. The accusation shatters the fragile trust that remained between Mikey and Kate, pushing them into an argument. During the heated argument, emotions get the better of Kate, and she impulsively pushes Mikey, causing him to hit his head on a corner of the room, resulting in a painful fall. He collapses, bleeding on the floor. The incident further worsens the problems between the once seemingly perfect couple. Mikey expresses his disillusionment with the room and its harmful impact on their relationship. Feeling misunderstood and mistrusted, Mikey declares his intent to leave the room, regardless of whether Kate chooses to accompany him or not. Despite Kate's desperate pleas for him to stay, Mikey remains resolute in leaving, convinced that the room has changed them for the worse. The tension escalates as Kate, unwilling to let Mikey go, resorts to drastic measures. In a desperate attempt to keep him from leaving, Kate resorts to using the gun that appeared in the room earlier. She threatens Mikey with the weapon, hoping to convince him to stay by her side. The situation becomes increasingly dangerous as emotions run high and the room becomes a stifling cage. However, as the situation unfolds, Kate finds she cannot pull the trigger. Her love for Mikey and the lingering doubts about Simone cloud her judgment, leaving her with conflicting emotions. Her desperation to keep him with her clashes with her love for him, leaving her torn and conflicted. In the end, Mikey leaves the room, and Kate is left to face the crushing weight of loneliness and regret. She remains trapped within the sterile walls, filled with sorrow. One day, she stands before the red "quit" button, the temptation to end her torment calling out to her. With her hand trembling, she contemplates pressing the button, the only way out of the suffocating room and her emotional turmoil. Months later, Kate visits her father at a homeless shelter and unexpectedly meets Mikey, whom she hasn't seen in a while. Mikey wonders if she completed the challenge and won the money. However, Kate changes the subject and asks about his sister's well-being. As they walk away, they notice a plaque on the shelter, revealing that a new kitchen was funded by an anonymous donor, hinting it might be Kate. Just then, a new couple enters the immaculate room, full of excitement.